Hey bro, this here's Dan, and this here will be the war recap against Mariana Trench. This here was kind of a random-ish war. We were supposed to fight against TWSS, and we ended up managing Mariana Trench. They had us a little bit on the Town Hall advantage. I think they had an extra Town Hall 11. And we ended up beating them only by total destruction because if you look at the last 15 minutes, the last hour of the war, we ended up going all out, and our Town Hall 11s literally carried us to the W. Our Town Hall 9s, as a Town Hall 9, I'm going to say we brought the B game, not the A game, and a lot of us had a lot of difficulty against these bases. Very good bases, very interesting stuff, and I don't know, man. We just didn't perform as well as what we normally do. 93% total destruction ended up bringing us the win. They actually got a spreadsheet going in the Town Hall 10 and 11 chat where they were like, all right, we need this much to win. This is how to get it. And they brought it up like a Excel spreadsheet, which is probably the craziest thing I've ever heard. But there you go, guys. That's our Town Hall 10s and 11s for you. Now, shout out to our 6-star war hitters here. We got Baloo, Lunchbox, Mills, McSteppy, Damon, TL265, Albert, Tenacious, and Java. Woo! Man, there's a lot of them. This is here's a 40-man war. They left a few stars on our 10s. They cleaned our 9s. And they end up kind of stumbling a little bit on our top side. We also stumbled a little bit on their top side, but we smashed a lot of their 10s. And what's funny is we left Town Hall 9 still on the board because the formula on the spreadsheet, two of them, look at that. Let's see, one guy he defended 7 times before we had to smash him with a 10. This guy, yep. So let's show you the recap. And I don't want to show you a whole ton of nukes, but I want to show you good solid hits from smart plays. Now Mills going on their lowest Town Hall 11. He wanted 3-star this guy all day. Now this here's like it's pretty much a Town Hall 10 with a eagle and a warden and a few other things. So like, look at this. It's got a wimpy cannon up top. But he was talking all war about how he was going to do this. Now it's got a lot of smart play, and this stuff is just awesome. So his queen just rolls on, and then she tanks like a boss here. Tanking a lot of these point defenses. He puts down that one giant just so we can kind of open up with the breakers. But look at the trash on the outside, guys. And look how low his health on his queen got. He didn't use the ability there. He kept it cool. He still has to deal with the trash on the left, so he has to cut that off. So he puts on a couple miners. Unfortunately, I think it screwed off his count. It screwed up his count here because he does activate the eagle. I don't think he intended to. Then he gets the freaking CC and 2 Teslas to pop there. Things are looking pretty ugly, but his queen moved just enough so that the Expo is now shooting one of the healers. They got about 1100 and some change on the health, so it is actually providing her a lot of tanking. She gets slammed with the eagle and almost gets hit again, but he blew the queen's ability to drop her off and make her not die. But it does slam the warden, so the queen does not survive that. He's using his BK to funnel up top, and he lands the miners down the middle. And look at this, guys. The queen is able to finish off that eagle. And with the miners underground, I think they avoid a lot of the damage here from the boom, boom, boom. See, look at that. They really didn't get hit. And our one healer actually stays alive to provide us that nice 71 sustain all throughout the rest of this match because the air defenses are all the way down south. So they're popping little bombs here and there. They're taking damage, but he still has a heal in the bag, but he needs to clear the other 40% of this base. Now this here is mass miner, guys. It's not anything special, but when you're dealing with 30 miners, and especially when they're about to roll into a max, or well, it used to be a max Inferno Tower. Level 3 Inferno Tower is no joke. Still does a ton of damage, and the miners do get stopped up a little bit on skeletons and the giant bombs that are rolling right there. But he is able to actually cut down the last defenses of this base. With the miners, and the healer finally dies, and the miners are still alive. And that's it, guys. It's going to be 3 stars for Mills. This was just a really good hit, really well thought out. Good control of his queen walk brought him the 3 stars. Really good hit there. Next one I'm going to show you here is from Baloo. He had a 6-star. Let's show him. And this one here is just a really solid hit. Now this here's a smash, but or nuke, whatever you want to call it. but it's got a really good control of his units. He's using a baby dragon to funnel, so that way the queen breadcrumbs to the south, she will pull that direction, and it's going to look really solid here. Now, it does start kind of slow, so I'm going to give you the 4x so she shoots dumb stuff. But there you go, guys. Now we're back at it. We got the golem down and the wizards helping us provide that funnel. And what we're going to do here is we're going to send 13 bowlers, and they're going to go right down the middle of this base. Now, our queen does shoot the last cannon there. She starts taking on the BK. We're going to have to use the ability. But with that jump, look how deep we're going to get with these bowlers, man. We're going in. We're going hard. So with the rage there, the bowler rocks, we're going to actually knock out that Inferno and all the CC ground troops. We pop the Warden ability there, so nothing actually takes any damage. And with the raged out bowlers, they're able to just poop on everything in this middle of the base. They don't care about giant bombs, they don't care about nothing. And using mass miners to roll the sides of this base to help the bowlers stay on track. So that way they just kind of stay in the middle. He's still using that jump. That way the bowlers stay kind of middle-ish and slam everything in the middle, because he wants to move them on up and take out that last Inferno tower. But I've actually seen this 3-star 11s this kind of attack, so bringing on the Town Hall 10 game is definitely going to stomp it. So here's what we got going on. The queen starts shooting that Inferno tower, and we're going to be looking really good for that last hit there. And the miners are still moving, and with a heal spell, you know we got this stuff in the bag, guys. It's going to be a 3-star hit. There you go. Boom. Good job, Baloo. I know you guys are doing a lot of nukes, and I got to give a shout out. I'm not going to show the replay, though, but give a shout out to McSteppy coming in with the big 3 stars. It's just a mass miner on Town Hall 9, but 11 on a 9, it's going to be a 3. McSteppy actually put it together at the end. We're like, McSteppy, just do it. Just do it. Finish it. We already had the formula worked out. 16. What happened here? Oh, Albert. So what we got here is he did the same attack 2 times. So let's explore this attack, and I think it was just a really smart hit. Here's what we got going on. We have a queen. You help him out with the funnel a little bit with a wizard, and he's bringing a minion up top because he's going to use this. That's going to be his Tesla farm. Alberg with the cleanup, man. This guy was going boss mode this whole time. So he hits her with the lighter poison on the other queen. So we got queen on queen action, and then when she's about dead, he sends in the hog. Man, there's no time to wait. Sends in the hog. The hog's going to knock out the wizard tower with the archer queen. Gets him with the poison. Gets him with the rage. And that queen is going to just jack up that CC. Now, what makes these attacks kind of work here is the queen was kind of exposed, and the air defenses are kind of remote. They're kind of on the backside, and the CC was gettable. So once that's all done, you lead with a golem. Check this out. You lead with a golem. You bring 6 of your own Valks, and you bring 3 Valks out of your own CC. And then the remaining CC space would be used for like breakers or whatever, which is what happened here. So he broke into that wall, and then you kind of bring some hogs, man. Use hogs here and there, and whenever that golem is taking hits, or whenever those Valks are taking hits, that's when you just kind of sprinkle them on in. It saves you a lot on the heal, and you're getting way more value out of it. So and you really control the hit, because you don't really need a mass Valk to chop down walls, because Valks kind of do get erratic unless you have like the best looking funnel ever. So he brings the jump to kind of funnel them a little bit. They still go a little bit crazy on him, and so does his queen, because the army camp there kind of broke her off, so she moved up, and now she's going to get her healer shot. But it's okay. It's actually okay. He still has hogs, so what he's going to do here is just kind of wait for things to kind of develop. If his healers get shot, they get shot. But with the wizards on the backside and the Valks still there, the Valks are going to eventually meet up on the main force here, and we're going to be looking really good to finish this attack. So he sprinkles in his last hogs there to just knock off that archer tower. It saves his queen. So even though she lost all of her healers, not a big deal. She's still alive, still available for cleanup, just because he sprinkled in those 3 hogs. That's smart play, folks. That's well done. And there you go, guys. With the Valks still alive, and the fact that they're moving on up, still got the queen alive, so she can take shots while everything in front takes hits. It's going to be a nice 3-star hit. 6-star war for Alberg, going all out, going ham, looking ridiculous. Did the same attack twice, and it was the same formula, guys. That's the meta of some of these bases. Front side queen, front side CC, and that kind of stuff right into the Tesla farm works out very well. And then you just put a jump down to lead them into DGBs or whatever, and then it works out really well. Then I got a let's see, I got their boss going ham. Here we go. We got AQ charge with Valks. Really good base for it because it has large compartments that you can open up a good portion of his base with a single jump, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Now check out this. I really like the form, the funnel development here. He's using 2 baby dragons. I'm not sure if he needed one on the top, but he does get way more value out of it than just using a wizard or whatever, because it doesn't get shot by anything by advancing up to the wall. It actually goes all the way to the top and actually gets that corner Tesla, or not corner Tesla, the corner hut and all that. But look at this, guys. With this kind of wide funnel, the queen will take that corner entry and move on in. Now, it's really important to have her have something to chase into that compartment. This doesn't just work all the time, but, you know, with a little bit kind of recessed buildings within that compartment like this, she will eventually lead on up in. She's going to get stuck on that the town hall for a minute, but once she pulls the CC, he's going to handle it, and he's going to go right into the Tesla farm here on the top side of the base. The nice thing about kind of mass Valk kind of oriented attacks is that you never need to engage the front side with the queen, especially if it has the air defense there, ready to go on your healers. It's just not gonna be that good. But there you go, guys. He doesn't even use the ability on the queen. She's alive, still has her ability. Looking strong here, and I thought she was going to pull to the mortar, but I guess not. That 1 minion funnel on top with the baby dragon here allows all of this stuff to get high value on the entry, and he rolls all the way in here, just blowing everything up with those mass Valks. For some reason, though, just the way how things target, he did lose his BK, so unfortunately he's down. But the Valks, look at this, guys. There's a jump right there. They decided to chop the wall anyway and move on in. Now he has, let's see, I think there was 6 hogs there. 6 hogs and a heal. So anytime you get kind of like a high damage corner like this is always something good. But he actually ends up fizzling out, man, just because of spring traps within those like high damage compartments. You got to be careful of that. The thing is, though, the queen ended up advancing to the other queen and using her ability, so she's done for, and you still have like 10 or 11 Valks on the board. There's nothing left on this base, guys, that can defend. Not against this. You know, I'm actually kind of skeptic against mass Valks on these kind of high wall kind of bases. You know, when guys completely max for Town Hall 9, I don't know. They fizzle out a little bit unless you're bringing jumps. But what did their boss do? You know, he brought himself a jump. They ended up attacking a few walls anyway, but everything here kind of panned out well. You know why? Good effective funnel, and he went direct into the high damage part of the base, which was the Tesla farm. Their Tesla farms are really good in base design for a first attack, and these are all cleanup attacks, so they worked. Anyway, here's one that was a first attack 3-star. Yay! This is from Mr. 100. Now, I've seen these bases before, and he's bringing this. This is my second favorite attack for the war. I always like seeing Lunes or whatever, but just because it's a nice change of pace. It's, you know, everybody's using hogs, Valks, bowlers, something like that. It's a nice change of pace. So what we got going on here is 2 golems, and what he's going to do here is he's going to use the south golem won't enter the base, but he'll pull that CC, and you know, it's just whatever. You know, at this point he got a nice funnel out of it, and he's bringing in the bowlers, so they're not going to run stray. The queen's going to shoot out whatever is flying, and our BK is going to take out the high damage component of this base here, knocks out the queen, knocks out those Tesla. And he actually moves up on in. Now, I would have thought the Teslas would be more deeper down here to the south, but he actually does well up here on top. The nice thing about these kind of hits is that you don't have to commit much to your follow-up attack, you know, with the Lune portion, if you can get this much value. And look at this, man. The queen is just shooting down air defense after air defense after air defense. That's 3 guys. Then you bring 2 lava hounds. Even though he's going direct into the sweeper, he's bringing 2 lava hounds. And they arrive, and he still has a rage, so he's going to rage them on up. they move on in and they pop out that last air defense, and then they're going to move on to that sweeper and just crush everything on this base. So we're looking strong here, guys, and our queen is actually still alive. Now he put down the two balloons up top, and I think that was because he thought there wasn't a mortar remaining, but there you go, guys. Y'all go chase that mortar. That's it, guys. It's going to be 3 stars. He has cleanup wizards on the board. He's got a couple archers here and there. And with the lava pup still alive, you know, he's got it, man. So he does actually pop some skeletons, but there you go. Queen's still alive. Big help on the cleanup, even though the balloons kind of ran off to the edge. Anyway, always solid to see a first hit 3-star go down. Town Hall 9 game. Town Hall 9 game is kind of tricky these days. Looks like we've been bringing our B game. Tenacious, though, he don't think so. Here's his cleanup attack, the most ridiculous Town Hall 9 attack that I've seen in a while, and probably my favorite attack of the war. Completely ridiculous hit. Here's what we got going on. The one giant CC pull, and then he's going to Queen Walker, and he's going to use a double poison, keep him a nice line like that. So what's going to happen here is it rapidly advances their health loss, but it also keeps them moving slow. So the queen's really not going to take that much damage, and with no real kind of point defenses on this side, the queen is actually just going to go ahead and top herself back off. And then he has 9 baby dragons for this attack. So I don't even know what to call this. The baby bow, because what we got here is babies. He has bowlers in the CC. He's got a golem to lead him, and he's got 1 jump, 3 rages. So I don't even know what the hell's going on here, guys. But he does pick up that X-bow, and he's just going to rage on through it. I think we have 1 up, 1 down X-bow here. Yep, so he's out of range of 1, but he's taking heat from the other one. Our baby dragon does help us out with quite a bit with that funnel there. It takes about 1/3 health off that queen. The nice thing about this kind of attack is that it seems like the baby dragons, they're really efficient at picking up the mines. You know, you don't lose like an entire like full-size dragon. So if you take a seeker mine, that's okay because you have another one in the bag still. They're doing as much damage as a full-size dragon, and we got the gobo happening here on the back. The reason why our golem is so efficient here is that there really wasn't a whole lot of point defenses on the exterior side of this base. So that's just kind of the formula, guys, is that a lot of the high damage point defense are internalized. So we cut everything off the outside of the base, and then you're just going to bowler rage down the middle with healers. And look at this, guys. The healers have that power sustain under that rage to really knock out everything in the middle. And then the rest of the attack is just whatever. I mean, 9 baby dragons, you only use like maybe 1 or 2 for the actual funnel generating here. Eventually you get all the way into the base. Even if you don't finish up everything that's in here, like let's say he didn't get the queen or whatever, that's fine because you have so many baby dragons to sit down and tank for the bowlers, or to move in and actually pick up the queen. There's just so much happening here. It's like the endless queen charge, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what to call this. I don't even know what it would look like in a friendly challenge, but definitely the right hit and probably the most well thought out attack of the war. Alright, so we got another one here. We got Java. Java's going crazy this war. 6 stars again. The other one, she used a bowler. Bowlers go one way, queen goes another, Valks down the middle. But this one here used some of my Lune that I used to do back in the day. So there you go, guys. I'm teaching my apprentice here. No, I'm just kidding. No, she came up with this herself. And just a really solid hit, because I looked at it and I'm like, what are you doing? And because normally what you want to do is you want to pick up 2 of these with 2 air defenses, a sweeper, and the queen. But check out this one's going to roll. She's using a baby dragon helper funnel, and she steps on in because the army camp there is such a nice funnel break. She actually steps on in, and she has just enough health left on that storage to pull her right versus left. So she moves to the right, and the baby dragon just keeps on rolling, man. So this baby dragon here is going to cut off this archer tower, and then our queen handles the CC. We will use the ability. CC's handled. No poison needed. It's fine. It's fine. And we have so much rage that once our queen gets into a base like this, it's going to be ridiculous. So our queen just blows everything up. Our healers are keeping her up, and she is the immortal god of archery, just blowing everything up. And there you go. There goes the second air defense. So we're good to start the last part of this attack. And that is to just Lune the hell out of this base. Now we got a nice Tesla farm around the BK like usual. But it's okay. It's okay. We still have a rage, and she will use that rage to cover up this Tesla farm and to rush everything down. Considering that we already lost our other Lava Hound, it's a good idea to get that Lava Hound on top of that air defense. That way we can get those pups rolling and get this base kind of handled. Now they do finish up that Lava Hound before it's dead, but it's good because our front side of our base, we still got a loot in the bag. We still got some cleanup troops. So she's going to go ahead and get those down, and our last Lava Hound will arrive on top of that Wizard Tower, only to blow up and release tons of nice pups for cleanup. And with that, just armada of loons, you know, we got it going on here, guys. Cleanup troops took that one down in the back, and it's going to be 3 stars. Really nice charge. Oh, man. I wish I could get back to those days, man, but without those 30 seconds, I'm having a hard time. I got another first hit, 3 stars. We got the stoned Hobo, right? Hogs bowlers, stone bowlers, hogging. Here's what you got going on. You got to watch out for your corner stuff. So he brings a wizard to help him out with his funnels. And the idea here is you're gonna. It doesn't matter if all 3 bowlers or if all 3 golems roll into the base on these stone attacks. But what you want to do is you want to kind of you want to cut off like a good half of the base, cut off a good flank of the base, and then what you want is you want your last golem to go in fresh with your bowlers to follow. And this here is just a really nice first hit kind of 3-star strategy. I've seen it used to great effect. Now there's a base max, no, but he's gonna just poop on it, and it's gonna be hilarious. He does pick up that CC, and with that jump and the rage, you know, the CC is pretty much going to be handled. Everything is rolling on in. Some of our bowlers went astray because of our frontal. Like I said, you need to cover like a good flank of the space. He's able to hog out from the queen side, which is always good. But this guy here had bombs placed on the front, which is interesting. Interesting choice there. The queen is actually not being handled by the golems, so there are the hogs, but our queen, luckily, is right there to notice she will be shooting those golems, so she goes queen on queen, and we end up with the heal spell to top off her hogs, because he didn't blow it just as soon as he saw the bomb. Actually end up saving the attack right here, because he ends up arriving on top of these Teslas with that last heal spell, ends up saving the hogs, and a good portion of them. So there's still like 15 hogs there, something ridiculous. And they're going to run this base, because if you blew up all of his hogs, I'm going to say this would not be a 3-star hit. But smart use of his spells saved the day. Don't get panicky. That's Xerxes. And it paid off for him, man. 3 stars. And I got one last here. We're going to examine that same kind of attack formula again. We got SD taking on the Milkman. This guy here defended a couple times, so SD's like, hold on, man, I got this. So what he's going to do is he's going to put Golem on each defense there. There's lots of point defense out here. Huge amount of trash, and it's going to be hard to put bowlers into this base. But I like how he puts it down here. And this is what's going to happen, man. So our hog moves in, and our hog actually takes heat from all sorts of stuff, so it doesn't get a lot of value. But he's still got 14 more to go. And the hog on the south side does get that archer tower down. So it's always good to kind of sprinkle them in on occasion. And then you kind of hope the best on your bowlers to move on up in, and they are going. Now, what does suck about this kind of attack is that the lava hounds can really tie up the queen, which will be a huge asset when you're when you have bowlers and golems and stuff in front. But she does tie up the queen for a while, and then you have all of these stupid pups all over the place, and they actually end up sniping at your bowlers. So you got to be really careful when you're encountering this kind of CC. But at this point, man, his bowlers are doing what they need to do in the middle with the queen, and he is able to hog in from the top side of this base. Now he does encounter a giant bomb there, but boom, smart healing, good reaction time on that. You're just ready to go. You got to have that stuff pre-selected when you're hogging. And there you go, guys. We got the queen and the queen ability. Still got to heal, and that's it, guys. Pretty much end up swagging the heal on the last part of this base. Smart play from SD, and I always like that, man. I always like it when you have such a smart attack that you end up with spells still sitting in your bag, man. Still sitting. I think you could have used the other poison on the pups, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, kind of a long recap, but it was a really good war from Mariana Trench. Props to those guys for bringing the A game, or maybe their B game. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're bitter about it, but we're pretty stoked. We're pretty stoked. We're pretty stoked. Are we stoked? Yes, we're stoked. And anyway, good game to our Town Hall 10s and 11s for saving us. Anyway, alright guys, this is Dan. Bye forever.